Hello, beautiful souls. Samantha here. And this is my weekly Ascension update for September 23rd to 29th, 2024. And the weekly theme this week is surrendering to the in between, because that's exactly where we are. Now, we're in this in between of the two eclipse gateways right now, with timelines collapsing, past, present, future, the karmic patterning disappearing. We have deep emotional shifts taking place right now, and it's very intense in this in between period. And you'll see when we get to the reading why there's so much shifting and where it's shifting. And it's shifting mostly in the power and self-worth center. So, right in that third chakra. And that third chakra overhaul that we're having over this next week, it's going to be quite intense, along with the fifth chakra, throat expression. All of this is shifting this month in here as we put our creative expression out into the world, as we ignite that divine blueprint, and change is all around us. So this really invites us to connect this week with our inner strength, okay? The energy that's coming through with our willpower and our creativity. So as we express this in a really harmonious, balanced way, this is a way to do that for ourselves that really contains no violence or domination, because that's the old paradigm. When we balance that third chakra, we come online in a way that really supports our self-affirmation, our confidence in our abilities, and the leadership where needed in our life. So this is really when joined with our intuition, that feminine intuition, that sensitivity, and that receptivity. Together, they form a very harmonious balance between action and contemplation. So between giving and receiving in this new abundance timeline, the masculine and feminine working together harmoniously as we move into greater oneness and wholeness within ourselves. So this is an opportunity this week to really move through the end of this month and in October, and that second eclipse gateway, with great shifts within that third chakra, almost like an overhaul. It's a deep, deep clearing, cleansing overhaul that's going on. And remember, I said in my monthly video, for those that have watched it, that we're in the cosmic creative cycle of fire. And fire is all about passion and growth and accountability. And this cycle really brings the change that our soul is needing. You may be feeling that like something needs to shift, something needs to change. And we're continuing the cycle right through into October. So surrender, be patient, and alert. Overall, as we go through this, the aim for us is to really stay aligned with the heart and in passion, okay? Singing that song of our soul, listening to that, staying in the vibration of love, no matter what it looks like out in the world, that chaotic energy in the world, okay, in that 3D reality. Yes, there's lots going on, but we're to stay really focused on what it is we want going forward, or knowing that things are changing and we're open and receptive to whatever that's going to be. So doing and being this will really keep you on track and focused to the highest outcome for yourself in the abundance timeline. So the sun has been very quiet all week. And as I was filming this on the September 22nd equinox gateway, there has been another M3.77 solar flare, and a geomagnetic storm is starting. So the sun seems to be more active again. We'll see how more active it becomes this week. That always helps us with our sense of consciousness and releasing more quickly. And the symptoms this week still include immune issues and adrenal issues that I've talked about, immune related, adrenal related, that we've had through all of September. Still that tight neck and shoulders, upper back, but there's a lot releasing from the subconscious now, and we're a little bit better in this area, or you might be feeling much better. The achiness, low headaches overall, we've been having quite a bit of those this last week. Pain in the head, I've been hearing that from many. Third chakra digestive issues or pain in the solar plexus, um, no low appetite, addictions coming up, flaring up again, battling maybe self-defeating or self-deprecating thoughts about yourself. Low self-worth might be coming up when sleeping, about past issues and people as these timelines collapse and fall. And so that might be interrupting your sleep, and you're going through some very deep emotional healing right now. Deep grieving and letting go. So you might be experiencing that as well and not sure how to move forward, perhaps procrastinating, little to no motivation, or just feeling like you're in inertia. Some are going through emotional overload, perhaps feeling more moody, we're triggered, a little more angry, feeling perhaps like there's no way out, or looking forward to new beginnings. So, a lot going on for us this week. And again, it's just sitting in all of that and knowing that you're going to be led the way you need to be going into the next phase of your life in some way, even if you're not quite clear at this point. So there's a lot of surrendering, letting go of that ego and just surrendering to the highest possible outcome. So let's take a look at this week's reading and the archetypes and the plant allies that you're able to draw strength, wisdom, and guidance from. Okay, so we've got one archetype this week, and you'll notice a lot of yellow cards, a lot of third chakra, big third chakra focus this week. Okay, we've got also one archetype, the spiritual warrior. And you'll also notice that the plant allies, they're all upside down. So again, we'll get into this, but there's a lot shifting in that third chakra right now, very deeply. So the spiritual warrior is all about divine choices and psychospiritual endurance. And it is the third chakra spiritual ally, okay, that you have within you as we go through this collective ascension process. And it's about being in your truth and integrity, aligning with your highest choices. And I call those divine choices. The courage to live your choices and authentic self in the world. So no more hiding. Okay, this is about you stepping up. Remember that creative cycle is about growth, accountability, moving more into that. And the next steps of your divine blueprint, which are unfolding. Okay, so a lot of that past residue is still sloughing off very quickly as those timelines are collapsing. And anything that kept you in your karmic fate is just done. You're just at the very end of this and working your way out of it. So you may find even in that third chakra as well, there's shifts in your eating habits. You may be eating more healthy or wanting to eat more healthy, losing weight, which will be a lot easier now that we're out of trauma mode. So if you're wanting to get your body into better shape, now is the time to do that. You may have already been getting those nudges over the last month. Addictions are coming to the surface, but they're going to be much easier to work with and release if you really want to do that. So all of that keeps us in our integrity and our authentic self, as well as we need to look after the body as we go forward, because we need a healthier container with all of these higher vibrating light codes that are coming in. So if you're getting that nudge and want to continue to support your body that way, then now is definitely the time to do that. When we look at the plant allies, they are all upside down, as I said, which means you're knee deep in all of this and working through it, and there will be shadow coming up. All right. So, goldenrod, which you see there, is the third chakra. And again, solar plexus. And it is about individuation. And it's actually an ally of the spiritual warrior archetype. It's about healthy boundaries. So this is, again, a shift for us as we move through this to where we really want to go, what our soul is telling us, what the soul is singing, what we want next, regardless of what people think or say. This is about releasing people pleasing. Okay, and only saying yes to things when that feels right and in alignment as you go forward. So really staying true to the self. Okay, no matter what. A lot of times we people please because we fear abandonment or rejection. Okay. It really affects our sense of self-worth, that power center for us. However, as we move more into the true self, into the higher self, what people say does not matter anymore, and we can stand firmly in ourselves and why we're here. So be aware of this as you're moving forward and really be aware of and more clear of your needs. So just keep listening. And this is what Goldenrod is asking us to do. The coding of the equinox gateway and the upcoming October 2nd new moon in Libra and annular solar eclipse is really going to support us this way as well to find more balance in that third chakra and in our sense of power. Okay, a lot more harmony and balance is coming in, more oneness as we move through both the September 22nd equinox and then again through the new moon in October. So the other plant ally we have here that again is a third chakra solar plexus is sunflower. again, upside down, and it's part of the warrior archetype. Personal empowerment. This is about finding that sense of quiet strength and inner will, really directing our core when we need to. Okay, so this beautiful flower right now is blooming in autumn here in North America, and it's about healing dysfunctional power issues. So whether it's power over others and can be controlling, or power under, so where we shirk ourselves, our responsibility, and we don't stand in our power, and really replacing that energy with courage, okay, and love of the heart. That's what sunflower is helping us to do and encourages us to do as we move through this week. And sunflowers are very tall, they're very majestic, they're radiant strength, and they face the sun. So they follow the sun throughout the day, never shirking to shine in the light of the sun or shine their light. And that is what we are being asked to do, to stand tall in personal power. So you're being asked to do that this week as you move forward, to up your game, so to speak, in that area, be accountable. It may be, how do you step up? How do you serve others? Or just how do you step up for yourself? So that's the sunflower energy that's coming through. So one of the ways you can support yourself perhaps is to go out and connect with the sun this week more and be in that warmth and light of the sun. Sunflower really addresses both sides of the power polarity issue that we may have in ourselves, too much, too little, and really supports us to develop a very confident, radiant sense of our individual self while remaining connected to the larger sense of spiritual self. So a nice balance there as well. It's the as above, so below. And when we can really find our own power and speak clearly for our needs, then we can be even more radiant and compassionate to others, and in service to others. So this is a big shift that needs to happen as we move into this new earth paradigm fully. Okay, it has to happen as we move into that. And we are moving into a new sense of what it is to be human here. And then next we have lavender, and lavender is upside down as well, seventh chakra, so crown of the head. And this is a plant spirit ally of the guru archetype. So this is again about oneness, about surrender, as I said. And this is not a time to push your agenda. It's a time to listen. That is what the universe is saying to us. It's a time to receive. If you're exhausted, if you're despondent, maybe feeling hopeless, can't see a way out, or just really wondering what the heck is next, just sit in your pain, your fear, and anxiety. This is what we're being asked to this week. Okay. There is a way through, and just let go of how you think things should be or the way it should be. So, really aligning that earthly truth and cosmic will. That's what lavender is supporting us with. And then next we have an orchid. It's the Lycasta longipalata orchid. It's upside down as well. Seventh chakra again. A lot going on in that seventh chakra this week as we listen and align, okay, with higher guidance. And it's about being a universal conduit because, again, the energies are shifting more and more as we go into the darker days of winter here in North America, for example. The veil is thinning, but also just overall in the universal coding that's coming through, no matter where you are in the world, we're opening more to being universal conduits for ourselves, for the universe, for the collective. We're opening to universal collective consciousness more, to oneness, and to wholeness on a whole other level. Okay, so you're expanding. This current perception of reality is going to keep shifting. Your brain is changing the way it perceives reality. Right? We cannot think our way through life anymore. That's what the universe is saying to us. We need a balance. We need a balance between intuition and intellect more and more. And the abundance timeline requires that we really listen. Okay, we receive, we act when necessary, we have sharp clarity, okay, and we act, and then we wait again. So this plant ally, the orchid of the guru, really asks us to surrender our logic, surrender trying to figure out a way forward, just really relax into it, relax into infinite possibilities in this new cycle that we're in. So really get ready to access higher level information that's going to come through even more after we shift through this week. Not this week, but as we move through into October, there's a lot of illumination coming. And I'll talk about that in my monthly video next week. Know that you're experiencing greater growth right now, expansion and freedom, freedom from the old earth paradigm, okay, from the karmic fate you were in. So really embrace that and just keep moving forward step by step. And lastly, we have Yarrow. Yes, upside down. 11th chakra. Again, 11th chakra is all about intuitive insight, okay? Moving into that sorceress archetype, the true self emerging more and more. And again, stepping into a new level of spiritual and self mastery. So your channels are really clearing this week so that you can have a deeper connection to spiritual guidance, but it's not there yet. You're still moving through it. It can still feel a little bit muddy and muddled in terms of the information that you're getting, but you will have more clarity. Okay, that is coming through. You may not feel right now connected, as I said, but it is coming. And you need the time right now for the blocks and stagnations to dissolve, which they are through the coding that's coming through the in between of the eclipse gateways. So picture these, any blocks you have or feel in your body. You can really picture those dissolving and seeing yourself in abundance, okay? Feeling peaceful, harmonious, and abundant on all levels, and just allowing that energy to flow freely. So that's the reading for this week. And as always, this builds on my monthly Ascension updates. So you can take a look at that video as well for an overview of this month. Or perhaps if you've already seen it, go back and take a look and see how far you've come. Really celebrate where you are as well in your sense of spiritual self-mastery and how far you've come this year so far as well. There's so much that is shifting within you, and it's good to celebrate that. Thank you for watching, commenting, and journeying with me. Please like and subscribe if my channel speaks to you, and I will see you next week for my October Ascension update.